We'll continue tomorrow with a similar forecast before we switch things over to a different regime for the work week. Rain tapers off this evening. We do expect more tomorrow. Drier and hotter weather, though, for the start of August, which is on Thursday. We don't have any tropical threats for the next week or more. However, we will be watching the Atlantic and just monitoring a system out there this week. Not much of a system just yet, but I'll show you more on that in just a few minutes. Right now, we're looking at live radar and again seeing that big downpour, especially around St. Bernard. All of this moving to the northeast, so you might encounter between Slidell and New Orleans and around New Orleans East right now that heavier rain, but it is moving. These showers and storms have been moving from the south to roughly the northeast. Also some rain around Houma that has just now cropped up, and we'll see if this continues that trend off to the north a bit closer to Raceland soon. And north of Lake Pontchartrain, we also have mostly dry conditions at this point, but we'll be watching some of this rain south of the lake and seeing if it clips some of the St. Tammany Parish spots over on the eastern side of the parish and maybe into Mississippi in the next couple of hours. But we will also likely see all the activity wrapping up in the next few hours as we lose daytime heating as well. This is our model showing by 7 p.m. a lot less rain around, and then by 9 and 10 we're mostly quiet. So very typical setup there. This is our forecast for tomorrow, 7 a.m. starting off mostly quiet. We'll move through the day. Lunchtime still not much happening, but boom, by 3 p.m. scattered showers and storms. This is 6 p.m. and then on toward 9-10 p.m. everything wraps up once again. And then we switch over to a little hotter and drier spell getting into the work week. Right now, we're just at 79 in New Orleans. Certainly an overcast kind of look with that shower action still happening, but likely to come to an end very soon. So your evening plans around New Orleans will be drier after this shower wraps up. Temperatures vary, of course, depending on whether you've just gotten rain or not, but in general, we're looking for 80s this evening and our rain chance coming to an end. It will be humid overnight. North and South Shore lows mainly in the middle 70s. And then tomorrow we'll do it again with high temperatures close to average, about 90, 91. And still I have about a 40 to 50% chance of rain. All right, let's get into the tropics. There is nothing out there, nothing threatening us at the moment. And actually, if you look closely at what is highlighted by the National Hurricane Center, there's barely anything even visible to point out at this point. But models are picking up on some development as this low pressure, very kind of loose low pressure area starts to move somewhere near the northern Caribbean or Bahamas by Thursday, and then maybe wraps up to the north around some high pressure, which I'll show you in a second. So this is a very early look. Definitely don't want to just hang too much on what these models are saying. I'm showing you a full week plus out because I know you're probably just interested, but keep in mind, this is really too early to say for sure. But again, this is a different model showing a similar kind of setup, little bit more organization, maybe as we get toward Thursday. I've paused it here on Thursday. Same general area for any rain with this system. And then maybe a little bit more organization, possibly with this GFS model taking it just a bit farther to the west, maybe somewhere around Florida by late next weekend. So what's driving it? We have two highs, and this is the one driving it at first, but note by next weekend we will see these two highs maybe opening up a little place for this to go. You can see it kind of curving off to the north here, so that's why we're thinking somewhere over to the east of us for whatever this ends up being by next weekend. So no threats here. We'll certainly watch everything closely and keep you updated. That's all we know really at this point, as that thing is not developed at all and way out in the Atlantic. 7-day forecast shows middle 90s back in the forecast, probably feeling closer to 110 each afternoon this coming week.